welcome to Lakin High School's Clue. They're very excited to show you what all they've been working on. They've been working extremely hard, and I can't thank them enough for everything that they've done. They've made my first show extremely exciting and fun and a little exhausting, but that might just be me. So, thank you so much and enjoy Clue.
Anyone's death. There are so many better ways to die. Yvette, cook. Is everything ready? You have your instructions.
Do what the dogs say before the guests arrive.
No. I want them hungry. Cook. Dinner shall be served at 7:30.
Sure.
My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. I've been awfully rude. You have no idea why you're here, do you? You see, it's the butler's job to make everyone comfortable. But from the looks of your faces, I venture to guess you haven't got a clue. But don't worry, you're not alone. We're all in this together. Well, not then. At any rate, if I've done my calculations correctly, the guests are nearly here. Time to meet our guests. Good evening.
Good evening. I'm not sure if I'm...
Yes, indeed, sir. You are expected, Colonel. May I take your coat? It is Colonel Mustard, isn't it?
No, that's not my name. My name is Colonel...
Pardon me, sir, but tonight you may feel well obliged to my employer for the use of a pseudonym.
No, that's good. I took an antihistamine before we came here.
Yvette, will you attend to the Colonel and give him anything he requires? Within reason, that is.
Spoil all my fun.
Do come in, madam. You are expected.
You know who I am?
Only that you are to be known as Mrs. White.
Ironic, isn't it? The letter I received said I was referring to myself by mistake. Why is that?
Mrs. White, might I introduce you? This is the maid, Yvette. I see you two know each other.
Don't be ridiculous. I've never seen this woman before in my life. Who are you?
Hi.
Behold, said the Lord, I am bringing a flood of water upon the earth to destroy all flesh. Why don't I them? Speaking of flesh.
Mrs. Peacock, I presume.
Cook?
Look, you two know each other.
Don't be ridiculous. I've never seen this woman before in my life. Who are you?
Hold that thought.
This bird doesn't exist in the body.
You must be Mr. Green.
Yes.
Sit! No, not you, sir.
Oh, sorry. Rather will get worried, I'm afraid.
Not to worry, sir.
But you! Oh dear, is there a cat? I'm highly allergic.
Give him a pseudonym. It clears it right up.
Cook! Coat!
Greetings. It's a pleasure for you to meet me.
Ah, Professor Plum, Miss Scarlet. Welcome. I didn't realize you two were acquainted.
We weren't. My car broke down and this professor gave me a ride.
Naughty, Miss Scarlet. And the party's barely just begun. Ooh, cocktail hour. I only drink on 2 occasions, day and night.
Good Lord, this really is a party. What is this godforsaken place anyways?
I'll thank you to leave our Lord Jesus Christ out of this.
This old place, this is Body Manor. Cook, dinner.
Directly.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are all met. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Wadsworth, the butler. You may have realized that tonight, nobody's being addressed by your real names. I would suggest that you refrain from revealing too much about yourselves this evening. Oh, dinner!
I didn't even get to finish my champagne.
Yeah, cocktail hour. That was more like cocktail minutes.
We really ought to keep her waiting. Cooking me cranky. Follow me, please. The dining room is this way. Colonel Mustard. Mrs. White. Mrs. Peacock. Mr. Green. Miss Scarlet. And Professor Plum. You will find your names by your places. Please be seated.
Mr. Green, I believe this is yours.
Dinner is served.
Butler, what's this all about? This dinner party?
Holiday time, madam. Excuse me if you will.
Sex-ring soup? My favorite! Bon appetit.
Well, I say read it while it's hot.
I like things hot.
Is soup not supposed to be hot?
Thank you, Lord, for this meal we are about to receive, and for our gracious host, whomever she is, that has invited us here tonight. I think the host isn't here because the host is dead.
I'm feeling awfully anxious.
Disgusting.
I go dibs. Oh.
He's choking! Somebody help him!
I'll save him.
Hurry up!
Stop joking. Stop. I'll send you the bill.
Well, I guess I'll break the ice. I mean, I'm used to being a hostess. It's part of my husband's work, and I always host the ladies' group of my church on Sundays. It's difficult when I'm visiting people meet for the first time, so I'll start the ball rolling. I mean, I have no idea what we're doing here, but I'm very intrigued. Oh my, the soup's delicious, isn't it? I think hosting parties is definitely boring. Well, it's an integral part of my life as the wife of a... Oh, I forgot we weren't supposed to mention who we really are.
I know who you are.
How do you know who I am?
I work in Washington too.
Oh, so you're a politician's wife.
Yes, I am.
So, who's your husband? Maybe I know him.
Mrs. White, what does your husband do? Nothing. Nothing. Well, he just lies around on his back all day.
Sounds like hard work to me.
He lies around on his back because he's dead. Mr. Green, what do you do in Washington, D.C.?
I'd rather not say. I like to follow the rules.
Oh, come on! How are we to get acquainted if we don't say anything about ourselves? No judgments here. We're all God's children. I don't believe in God. Well, if I wasn't trying to keep the conversation going, we would just be sitting here in embarrassing silence.
Well, in my professional opinion, it sounds like you have a case of fear of silence-itis.
And is that an official diagnosis?
Are you a doctor, Professor?
I know a little bit about psychological medicine, yes.
Do you practice?
Not anymore. I currently work for the government.
So you're another politician.
Not exactly. I do research for the emotional and behavioral studies. In other words, I study crazy, and I'm good at it.
Sounds fascinating.
Thank you, Colonel. You're a real colonel, aren't you?
I am, sir.
Aren't you going to mention the coincidence that you also live in Washington, D.C.?
And how do you know that?
Oh, I've seen you before.
Does this mean that you live in Washington too, Scarlet?
I do everything in Washington, Mr. Green.
Does anyone here not live in Washington, D.C.?
Wadsworth, we've had about enough of this. Where is our host? Why are we here?
Pardon me, please. Good evening, ma'am. You are eagerly awaited.
Thank you, Wadsworth. It's good to be home. Are all the guests here?
In the dining room, ma'am.
Right on schedule. I'll be in the study then, as planned.
May I take your bags?
No, Wadsworth, I'll keep them with me.
They contain more evidence, I assume.
Never assume, Wadsworth. It's much more fun to be surprised.
They're coming.
If you put this up to your ear, you can hear the ocean.
For God's sake, I
yes?
Yes.
Do you have them with you?
Must have forgotten mine.
And am I correct that your letters advise to be present this evening because a certain Mrs. Body has offered to bring an end to a long-standing, confidential, and painful financial liability?
Yeah.
Exactly what's this.
Can I interest any of you in fruit or desserts?
Yeah.
Well, in that case, might I suggest we adjourn to the study for coffee and brandy, at which point your letters will be explained, and the game will be afoot.
I love games. Like Clue.
That will be all.
Where's our host?
She's not here. Nobody's here. What is happening?
Please, Miss Peacock, have a drink.
My lips belong to the Lord.
Well, mine don't. Mind if I smoke?
Or Wadsworth. Open after dinner. It's for you.
You!
But
Must really be a cat somewhere.
Right. Are all of you comfortable?
I make a good living.
Oh, out with it, Wadsworth.
Ladies and gentlemen, my instructions are clear. It seems the six of you have one thing in common. You are all being blackmailed. For some considerable time, all of you have been paying what you can afford, and in some cases, more than you can afford, to someone who threatens to expose you.
Oh, please. I've never heard anything so ridiculous. I mean, no one could blackmail me. I go to church every Sunday.
Yeah, lady, don't we all?
Anybody else wish to deny it? Until tonight, none of you knew who was blackmailing you. I hope I've corrected the more deductive among you. I've reasoned in the last several moments that it was, of course, Mrs. Body herself, and that the less discerning members of our cadre are experiencing that particular revelation right about
It was Mrs. Body.
now.
Okay,
Enough! My task this evening is to expose your secrets to each other, rendering you all culpable in each other's indiscretions.
Don't you think you might spare us this humiliation?
I'm sorry, but I have my instructions. We'll start with you, Professor Plum.
Lucky you.
Love's got nothing to do with it, Toots.
Oh.
You were once a professor of psychiatry, specializing in helping lunatics suffering from delusions of grandeur.
Yes, but now I work for the U.S. government.
So your work has not changed, but you can't practice medicine anymore, can you? Your license has been lifted, correct?
Why? What'd he do?
You know what male doctors aren't supposed to do to their lady patients?
Yeah.
Well, he did.
Okay. She couldn't help falling in love with me. It's not my fault I was born this attractive.
How disgusting.
Are you making children, Miss Peacock? How then means by taking pride in return for delivering Senator Peacock's votes to certain lobbyists.
My husband is a paid consultant. There's nothing sinful about that.
None of it's publicly declared, perhaps. Isn't it a sin if certain lobbyists are sneaking payments to a sneaky senator's wife or the stolen engine at the old epic grill? How would you describe that transaction?
I'd say it stinks.
When were you in that men's room?
So it's true.
No, it's a vicious lie.
Well, you've been paying the blackmail for over a year now to keep that story out of the papers.
Well, I'm willing to believe you. I too will be blackmailed for something I didn't do.
Me too.
Me too.
Not me.
You're not being blackmailed?
Oh, I'm being blackmailed, all right. But I did what I'm being blackmailed for.
And what did you do?
I run a specialized service that provides gentlemen with the company of a young lady.
An escort service in Washington.
How pathetic. A man who needs to pay for women to spend time with him? That's a problem I'll never have.
So, Miss Scarlet, is that your new colonel? Is he one of your clients?
Certainly not.
I was asking Miss Scarlet.
You tell him it's not true.
It's not true.
Is that true?
No, it's not true.
So it is true.
A double negative.
Double negative. You mean you have photographs?
That's how they can confess it to me. In fact, that double negative has led to proof positive. I'm afraid you gave yourself away.
Are you trying to make me look stupid in front of all these other guests?
You didn't get any help from me, sir.
And you're right.
Colonel, you hold a sensitive security post in the Pentagon. Those negatives would certainly compromise your position.
In what position was exactly that in con, Colonel?
This is outrageous.
Mrs. White, you've been being a friend of blackmailer ever since your husband died from, shall I say, mysterious circumstances.
I didn't kill him.
Then why are you paying the blackmailer?
I didn't want a scandal. He was deranged. He was a lunatic. He didn't actually seem to like me that much. He threatened to kill me in public.
Why would he want to kill you in public?
I believe she meant that he threatened in public to kill her.
Oh. And was that his final word on the matter?
He was the one who died. Not you, Mrs. White. Not you.
And what did the poor chap do for a living?
He was a scientist, nuclear physics.
What was he like?
He was a stupidly optimistic man. I'm afraid it came as a great shock to him when he died. He was found dead at home. He was unquote. His head had been removed. But it wasn't me. I didn't outline at the movies.
What was showing?
The alibi.
Oh, I like this story.
Do you miss him? It's a matter of life after death. Now that he's dead, I'm alive.
But he was your second husband. Your first also disappeared.
That was his job. He was an illusionist.
But he never reappeared.
Then he wasn't a very good illusionist, was he? But my third husband, I miss him. He was an electrician. Well, until he was electrocuted.
And lastly, we have Mr. Green, who is a homosexual.
Not me.
Beg your pardon?
You asked who was homosexual. I said not me.
And I'm saying you're an idiot.
Wadsworth here is right. I am a homosexual. Although I hold no guilt or shame, I must keep it a secret, or I'll lose my job on security grounds. Achoo!
He's inside.
Thank you.
All right, Wadsworth, you spilled her beans. Now what?
Where's this missing body?
And what does she want from us?
Who cares? I'm not waiting around to find out. I've done nothing wrong. I'm leaving.
I'm sorry, ma'am. You can stay tonight, but you cannot leave this house.
I am the wife of the great senator from Tennessee. You cannot tell me what to do. Locked?
Locked! Indeed! All the doors are locked, the windows are barred, and the grounds are patrolled by vicious dogs. There's no way out! Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce Mrs. Body, your host for this evening, and your blackmailer for life.
How do you do?
Oh, are you sure?
Why, you
I got
are
this.
that
George.
Ooh, Mrs. White in the study with her hand.
Pardon me, everybody. There's one more piece of information you all may like to have.
What?
The police are coming!
The police? Why?
When are the police coming? Why are the police coming?
In less than an hour, the police will arrive. The bricks washed up from the rain. They're expecting to find one mastermind, and the criminals she's detained.
That's us!
She's made it clear that there's evidence here, and that they have much to gain.
Oh no.
Unless
what?
you agree to double down.
Double what?
You each pay me twice you've been paying, and I'll tell the police it was a phony call and send them on their way. If you refuse, and I take that briefcase containing all the evidence to expose your wrongdoings and put it into the hands of the police and the press. I believe some of you will face a lifetime of jail, and others a lifetime of shame.
What?
You
That's
can't
it.
do that.
Yes.
Unless
what?
There's something else you could do for me? A little favor that change the game. Something I just couldn't bear to do myself.
What?
Have a seat, please.
I'll come and couch.
What's this about, man?
In these baskets, there are 6 gifts I brought you from Washington. Things I thought you might find useful for this evening.
I hope it's a puppy.
Open them.
Why not? I enjoy getting presents from strange women. A candlestick? What's this for?
A wrench?
A lead pipe.
A dagger?
A revolver?
Ah! It's a snake!
Oh. Oh. Funny looking snake.
It's a rodent. My apologies.
In your hands, you each have a lethal weapon. You all showed up here tonight because you believe the evidence against you is so terrible that you do almost anything to keep it a secret. I'm putting that here to the test. You see, Mr. Walker truly owed me all the Christmas nosy secrets. It's costing me and you even to keep it quiet. You see, I would have to double your payment if I didn't have to pay Mr. Walker for his silence.
Mr. Wadsworth?
That's a lie.
He may look small and charming,
Why, thank you.
but he's really conniving and manipulative.
False!
Why are you call the police?
What?
You called the police?
Only because she told me to.
Did I? Or did Walworth call the police here himself? Because we carry out his greedy threat to pay him more. It reveals us and our questionably legal behavior to the police.
I would never.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you can somehow make me involved, I'll nominate you for blackmail or expose you to the police. As a matter of truth, if you can help me eliminate Wadsworth, who not only knows your secrets but also mine, perhaps I can find it in my heart to eliminate your blackmail and be done with this terrible business once and for all.
You would never.
Why us, Waddy? Why don't you do your dirty work yourself?
Why should I? When the 60 girls so uniquely motivated.
After all I've done for you, this is how you pay me? Don't listen to her. She's a liar. I'm one of you. She's been blackmailing me along with the rest of you.
Oh yeah? What'd you do?
That's neither here nor there. The point is, I'm not a butler. I'm an indentured servant.
Don't make the scene while it's over. The police are on their way, ladies and gentlemen. Now's your chance. Kill Walter to end your blackmail. Forever!
It's Mrs. Bobby!
Oh my God!
Is she breathing?
Stand back! She's dead!
What? Who had the gun?
I did!
So you shot her!
No, I didn't!
Well, you had the gun. If you didn't, who did?
Well, somebody grabbed it from my hand, and next thing I know, the gun went off.
There's no gunshot wound.
He's right. There's not.
Look, there's a bullet lodged in the wall here.
How'd she die?
I don't know. Being unbearably handsome doesn't make me some forensics expert.
One of us must have killed her.
Why are you doing?
I need a drink.
That was really scary. I don't like not being able to see.
Maybe she was poisoned by the brandy.
What?
Stop her screaming.
So, was the brandy poison?
Looks like we'll never know.
Unless she dies too.
Who's screaming?
The what?
Yvette?
We?
Yvette, are you alright?
No!
Yvette, are you alive?
Yvette, where are you?
Yvette!
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 Where is she?
Of course I'm alive! No thanks to you, Walter! You idiot! You locked us up in this house with a murder!
So the murderer's here.
We?
Where?
Where? Here! We are looking at him! Oh, yeah.
And what took you so long?
I'm an old woman in an aggravated state of shock. It's amazing I'm anywhere.
I heard you just studying. One of you that cannot.
How could you hear us in Zed's study?
I was listening. I have a tape recorder in the living room. What's your body asked me to tape record all your conversations?
And why would she ask you to record our conversations?
For more evidence, of course. When one of them all your triggers the studies that are recorded.
What a snake! I've got to destroy them. Where are the tapes?
Then, what was the body?
What body?
Body!
But Yvette, why were you screaming in here?
All alone. Because I was frightened. I was drinking all that. Maybe I'm poisoned too.
Don't worry. There's safety in numbers. I'm very strong.
But what if it's a killer?
We have to figure out which one of them did it.
What do you mean, which one of them?
Who I didn't do it.
Well, one of us did. We have the opportunity and the motive. This body was a bully and a liar to us all. I would have killed it myself, but I didn't have access to a weapon. Only the six of you did.
Don't look at me. All I got was a candlestick.
Maybe it wasn't one of us.
Who else would it have been? Who else is in this house?
Who is the cook?
The cook!
Cook?
Where's the cook?
Where'd she
Where's the
go?
cook?
Where's she?
The cook's not here.
What to do?
Oh my goodness! I didn't do it.
There's a dagger in her back.
Somebody help me.
I think you better start explaining yourself, Wadsworth.
Me? Why me?
Who else would want to kill the cook?
Dinner wasn't that bad.
You just in a time of crisis?
It's my defense mechanism.
Some defense. If I was a killer, I'd kill you next. It's an if, that's all. Besides, there's only one admitted killer here. And it's you, Mrs. White.
I've admitted nothing.
You paid the blackmail. How many husbands have you had?
Mine or the women.
Other women?
5.
5?
Yes, just the 5. Husbands should be like this. Soft, strong, and disposable.
Well, if it wasn't you, then who did it? Who had the dagger?
It was Miss Beacock.
Yeah, but I put it down.
Where?
In the study.
When?
I don't know. Before he slapped me after I was assaulted, anyone could have picked it up. It must have been Mr. Green.
And where is Mr. Green?
Somebody please help me.
Get the cook off her. Get him hit.
Give me this.
Pull him out. Pull him out. Up him up.
Here, help him out.
Are you all right, Mr. Green?
Do it, fun. Okay, now, Green.
Gentlemen, would I suggest we take the cook's corpse to the study?
Why?
Well, for one, when the police arrive, if they find all of this, we'll be in custody and have a suspicion for murder.
Murder?
And secondly, a
The body's gone. There's no body.
Nobody, nobody. Mrs. Body's body, it's gone. Well, maybe she wasn't dead.
She was!
Well, where is she?
She couldn't have been dead.
She was! At least I thought she was.
You know, maybe there is life after death.
Life after death is as improbable as sex after marriage.
If you excuse me, is there a little girl's room?
What do you mean, madam?
No, I just want to powder my nose.
Visit toilets at the
Real.
I don't mean to alarm anybody. We do still have the small issue of 2 dead bodies, one missing and one present, at the imminent arrival of the police, who by my calculations ought to be here in 35 minutes.
Wadsworth, am I correct in thinking that there is nobody else in the house?
No.
Then you mean there's somebody else in the house?
No, sorry. I said no, meaning yes.
No meaning yes? Okay, I want a straight answer. Is there somebody else in the house? Yes or no?
No.
No, there is, or no, there isn't?
Yes.
There seems to be some confusion about whether or not we're the only people in the house.
There isn't.
You mean there's no confusion, or there's nobody else?
Either. Or both.
Just give me a clear answer.
Certainly. What was the question again?
Is there somebody else in the house?
No!
He says that, but does he know? Look, we got a murderer and a dead body on the loose, one dead cook, and all these weapons. The rope, the dagger, the revolver, the candlestick, the wrench. Where's the lead pipe?
It's Mrs. Body.
She's attacking her.
No, she's not. She's dead.
Mrs. Body. And again.
Somebody catch her.
I'll catch her.
What?
Fall into my arms. Oh, sorry.
And forever.
Where did this happen, Miss Peacock? In the bathroom. I opened the door and there she was. She attacked me. She lunged.
Dead people don't lunge.
Well, she's certainly dead now. Who would want to kill her twice?
It's what we call overkill.
And why?
What's the difference?
Makes a difference to her.
Makes a difference to us. We gotta find out who killed her, where, and with what.
Seems like it's probably the lead pipe.
10 points, Professor Blum.
What kind of game are you playing, Wadsworth?
This isn't a game.
You! The lead pipe belonged to you!
But I dropped it on my way to the kitchen.
So anyone could have picked it up.
There's no need to
I'm
shout.
not shouting. The whole rat I am. I'm shouting. I'm shouting. I'm shouting.
Hey, will you clowns lose your marbles? I'm trying to do something useful here. Or have you all forgotten about the evidence against us?
Yes.
Body's briefcase is locked.
There has to be a key somewhere.
The key, Mr. Green. Be so kind as to check Body's pockets for the key to the briefcase that contains the evidence to our past transgressions. So that way we can just destroy said evidence forever and free ourselves from any chance of future blackmail.
But she's so bloody.
I'll do it. Won't be the first time I've had my hands on a stiff body. It's not here.
It is? I see. Hand me the wrench. It's gone!
Gone! And where's all the evidence?
I told you Bonnie was lying. And the evidence in the briefcase lied first.
Well, then where is it? What does she have against us? I can't stand all this uncertainty.
I can assure you, Mrs. Bunny possesses possessed individual files containing devastating, incriminating evidence against each and every one of us, kept in one large, beastly blackmail envelope marked confidential. Where the envelope is now and precisely what it contains, I could not say. All I know is if it's found, we're all goners.
We must find the evidence and destroy it.
Then we can put all of this behind us and move forward with our miserable lives.
Evidence aside, we're in a room with 2 dead bodies, 6 murder weapons, and the cops are on their way.
Not to mention there's a homicidal maniac about. Let's put the weapons in Bonnie's briefcase and bring it to the broom closet.
Good idea.
There.
What are you planning on doing with the key, Wadsworth?
I'll put it in my pocket.
But what if you're the murderer?
I'm not.
But what if you are?
I have an idea. We'll throw it away.
Yeah.
How do you do? How can we help?
I'm sorry. I don't mean to disturb the wonder household, but my car broke down out here and I was wondering if I could use your phone.
Right. Just a moment, please.
What are we gonna do?
We need a
Hey, are you-
Get in here! We need a plan!
Hello, we're in the lounge.
Deep break.
If you would, ma'am. Would you care to come in?
Thank you. Well, where is it?
What, the body?
The phone. What body?
What? There's no body. There's no body. There's no body in the study.
No!
But I think there's a phone in the lounge.
Thank you.
In here, ma'am. And when you made your call, would you please be good enough to wait in there?
Certainly.
Okay, now listen. Police are on the way. I estimate in another 25 minutes or so. It gives us plenty of time.
To do what? Get killed?
It's true we must find out the identity of the murderer, but my immediate concern is recovering the evidence.
But how?
I suggest we handle this in proper military fashion. We'll split up and we'll search the house.
Split up?
Yes.
But what if we run into the murderer?
Then one of us will have discovered who the murderer is.
But then one of us will be dead.
This is war, Peacock! Casualties are inevitable, and you cannot make an omelet without breaking eggs. Any cook will tell you that.
But look what happened to the cook.
Are you willing to make that sacrifice, Colonel?
What choice do we have?
None.
Suppose you're right. Jim,
Gesundheit.
I swear to God, there's a cat in this house.
All right, troops, divide and conquer.
And remember, no funny business. We must work as a team. Oh, who am I kidding? It's like any of you would come upon the missing envelope and then purposely hide it, so you can clear yourself of blame and then blackmail the rest of us to secure yourself an unseemly but substantial fortune.
No.
Right! You'll know if you found the dirt when you find an envelope marked confidential.
That's essential.
And consequential.
Let's be back here in 10 minutes.
But what if one of us doesn't come back?
We'll remember you fought me. Suspects, 2 murders, and an envelope of damning evidence hidden somewhere in this house. With the police due in 22 minutes, we can't take any chances. My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. Ushers, lock the doors! Now, we're all in this together.
Where's what?
The flowers, not the flowers. The evidence you snatched out of my hands.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Either give it up or have you seen Sopranos?
All right, I snatched it, but somebody snatched it from me.
Who?
Don't look at me.
I'm not looking at you.
Yes, you are. You're looking at me right now.
Hey, look, scarlet flowers, my favorite. They smell divine. You know, if you rub the petals on your neck, it smells irresistible to men. Oh my gosh, your garters.
They're just flowers. Don't get emotional.
No, not the flowers, Colonel Smarty Pants. A secret passage. Come on.
Ladies first.
How heroic.
Where are we?
How am I supposed to know? The lights are off.
Well, turn them on.
I would if I could see anything.
Fine, I'll look for them. Got it.
Did you just fall?
No. Wait, I think I found the lamp.
Well, turn it on.
I'm looking for the little switch on it.
Just click the switch.
Wait, am I going backwards?
Just turn the lights on.
Wait, I got it.
Oh, of course, we forgot to look at the lounge.
Quite an oversight, considering the dead motorist in the chair.
Dead
Dead
motorist?
motorist!
Ah!
Let us in! Let us in! We can't let you out! The door's locked!
What? You have the key!
That's right! I do! No, I don't! The key's gone!
Gone! Gone! You gotta let us out of here. There's a murder on.
It seems there's no alternative. I'm gonna break down the door. Everyone stand back! Ah!
That wasn't the door that broke.
I got it!
could have.
You opened the door.
But you could have shot somebody. Check your trigger discipline because this is not a battlefield.
Well, la-dee-da-dee-da. You're really something else, huh, Frenchie? Say, where did you get that gun anyways?
The blue box, it was unlocked.
Unlocked?
Impossible! I have the key! No, I haven't! It's gone!
Gone? I thought you said you threw away the key, Wadsworth.
I did say that! But I didn't do that! I got distracted by the mortars at the door and I completely forgot. One of you must have snatched the keys from my pockets when you were searching the house.
So whoever took the keys is the killer.
Precisely.
I'm so smart. Sometimes I impress myself.
Speaking of the killer, there's a dead body in the lounge now.
Again?
The motor's dead.
She's right. Now the street solved murders.
Really? Which one of you killed her?
We were in there.
Together!
But the door was locked.
Great trick getting through that locked door. My husband would have appreciated that.
There was a secret passage from the conservatory to the lounge.
What?
Who designed this place?
The Parker brothers.
Maybe they'll go what?
But open the door. It's a decent thing to do.
Don't worry, it's not the police.
It's the police. Good evening, sir.
Evening, officer. We've been expecting you.
You have?
We haven't.
I was just passing by when I saw an abandoned car by the gate to this house. Did a motorist stop by here for help by any chance?
No.
Actually, yes.
No!
There seems to be some disagreement.
No.
May I use your phone?
Of course. Phone in the lounge. Mistake. On the study.
Occupied!
If you would, officer, there's a phone in the library. Follow me, please.
You're acting rather peculiar. What's going on in the lounge and the study?
You know, lounging, studying, this way.
Let me have a look.
No, thank you.
What?
Hmm?
Actually, let me take a look around if you don't mind.
Of course, officer. Follow me as I take you on a grand tour of Body Man.
We've got to cover our tracks. We can't get rid of the body, so we have to make it look alive.
Doctor.
The body became Lord Body when somebody discovered an antibody to save everybody. Notice mahogany floors? Do you know in the 17th century, the Buccaneer John Esquire first discovered the use of mahogany for making canoes? Can you canoe?
What? Where'd everybody go?
Who knows these breasts?
I don't care about doorknobs, mister. What's going on around here? What's happening in those two rooms?
Which rooms?
The lounge and the study.
Oh, those two rooms. I don't think you should go in there, officer.
Why not?
Because it's all too shocking.
To Lakin high receive every people.
I don't see what was all so shocking. These folks are just having a good time. It's a free country.
I didn't know it was that free.
Why didn't you tell me this was a party?
My apologies, officer.
Evening, officer. How do you do?
Are you drunk?
Dead drunk.
You want a sip?
I can't drink while on the job. The chief would kill me.
Killed if you do. Killed if you do.
What?
Have a lovely evening, officer.
Same to you. I don't see what you're all so worried about. There's nothing illegal about any of this. Just make sure those fellows don't drive so drunk. Call them a car.
A long black car.
Terrific. May I use your phone now?
Of course, officer. The library.
Thank you.
All's clear. Well done. All of you. The criminal mind is an incredible beast.
That's on the back for me.
Now listen, the police are nearly here.
But the police already came.
Not the broken down car police, the criminal investigation police. We gotta finish searching the house. We can't afford to have any more murders.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hello? Hello? Is this phone working?
Hello? Hello? It's me. Oh, you frightened me. I thought you was a killer.
Did somebody break the line? Hello?
You saw right.
Oh, hey, you can hear me. There's something strange happening here. The lights went out, and you know that mansion on top of that hill?
The lights, they're back.
Oh, thank goodness. I was scared there for a
I
second.
was scared for a
And
second
the
there.
Lord said, let there be light.
Did the Lord happen to mention why the lights were off in the first place?
Oh, who cares? We're still in the dark anyways. We're no closer to solving our murder mysteries. Do you hear that?
sounds like the telephone's off the hook.
It's coming from the library.
That's where the killer must be.
Guard me. I'm going in.
And what are you afraid of?
A fate worse than death?
No, just dead. Excuse me. Miss Cobb, are you alright? Do you need assistance? A phone book, perhaps?
Hey, the brother asked your question, Copper. Any of that?
Oh, for the drinks. Maybe there's an escape. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm your singing telegram girl.
Bang!
Oh my god!
3 murders in 3 minutes. That's a new record.
This is getting serious. 6 suspects, 6 murders. Mrs. Body in the billiard room, the cook in the kitchen, the motorist in the lounge, the cop in the library, Yvette in the ballroom, and the singing telegram girl in the hall. Not to mention 1 envelope of damning, confidential evidence. Are you these guests maybe gifted at breaking the law? They clearly need work on breaking the case. So who's the killer, you may ask? I'm sure you have your suspicions. We've no time to discuss that now. The police are almost here. Very well. If you are to find out the identity of the murderer, I suggest we start from the beginning. Sometimes the most obvious answers
Jim!
are right under our noses.
I thought the cat was dead.
Yes, thank you, Colonel. So glad you could join us. Now, follow me as I take you through the steps of the events of the evening, step by step. Try to stay with me. At the start of the evening, Yvette was here, waiting to offer you all a glass of champagne. The doorbell rang. It was you. I recognized you as Colonel Mustard. Yvette gave you a drink. Doorbell, Mrs. White, pale and tragic. I introduced her to Yvette. They both flinched. A crumble of thunder, a crash of lightning. Peacock, green, scarlet, plum, all arrived. As for the cook, bang the gong, gong, and we adjourned to the dining room. You found your names by your places. Shark's fin soup, my favorite. And then you had a letter, and you had a letter, and you had a letter. And
Get on with it!
They all went to the study. Then Mrs. Buddy gave you gifts, and you opened them. Then Mrs. Buddy shut off the lights. Mrs. Buddy lay on the floor, apparently dead, but she wasn't really dead. She was really alive. Next, Mrs. Peacock drank her drink. Professor Plum says that the drink might be poisoned. I had to stop her screaming. And we heard more screaming from Yvette. In the billiard room. You locked me here with a murderer, you idiot. But one of us wasn't there.
It was Miss Peacock. We were rushing for the kitchen. You lagged behind. I'm in an aggravated state of shock. Burning down to commit murder.
I was there with the rest of you.
May I?
Be my guest.
It was Miss Peacock in the kitchen with the dagger.
Forbid!
I found your feather in the freezer. It was your dagger that stabbed the cook in the back.
Poor woman. I thought you liked her soup.
It was my favorite.
Then we all ran to the kitchen. I didn't do it. Mr. Green, you landed in the cook's corpse for approximately 2 minutes and 57 seconds. All the rest of us didn't know you were there. Then I suggest we take the cook's corpse to the study. The body's body was gone. Then Miss Peacock stumbled into the room. With body on her body, his body gets bludgeoned in her being by the bathroom with the lead pipe.
By whom?
It was Mr. Green, in the vinegar with the lead pipe.
Phosphorus.
I found your disgusting hanging just outside the bathroom door of the billiard room, right where Mrs. Peacock was attacked by Mrs. Body the second time she died. And it was your lead pipe found in her skull. Couldn't sit without a body getting away, huh? So you bashed her brains out!
You're ridiculous. I guess that blood wasn't me.
That's when we decided to destroy the evidence in Body's briefcase.
But it was empty.
Correct. The evidence Body been holding against us was gone.
That's when we ran to the front door to throw away the key to the broom closet. To the hall.
We opened the door and discovered the motorist.
Who got killed in the lounge?
How'd you die? The door was locked.
It was Colonel Mustard in the lounge with the wrench.
I never laughed.
You stole the key, grabbed the wrench, and did the deed.
Did not. I didn't even know who that was.
To Colonel Mustard, your driver for life, Michelle the motorist.
You give me that.
Plus, I found you lurking conspicuously outside the conservatory. The scarlet flowers open the secret passage to the lounge. But if I remember correctly, scarlet flowers always have 5 petals. This one only had 4. Meaning you already had plucked a petal to the passage where you pummeled the motorist to death with a wrench.
Never underestimate what you can do with the wrench, Colonel.
No. How do you think I fixed my own thing?
Then the doorbell rang. Doorbell! And the cop arrived.
The cop had
How could I plot a murder of a cop I didn't even know was coming?
I rest my case.
I didn't kill the cop, but I do know who killed the singing telegram girl.
You do?
It was Professor Plum in the hall with the revolver.
So could I? You bet had the gun when she shot the lounge door.
But when the cop arrived, she passed him and ran to the front door, hiding in that stupid purple jacket of yours. I found her when we were searching the house.
Proves nothing.
Maybe we should slow things down.
Thank you, Rita Bet.
And then you shot the singing telegram girl before she could finish her chemicals. Wonder what kind of dirt she had on you, huh? Probably an old patient of yours or something, right?
I've never seen that girl in my life. This is ridiculous. It wasn't me.
I know. It was Mrs. White with the rope in the ballroom.
I'd rather die!
I saw who you cringed when you came in tonight and noticed Yvette. You said your third husband was an electrician. That's the reason you know your way around an electrical panel. So it was you who switched off the lights and strangled Yvette with a rope.
I did not. I mean, yes, I'll admit it. I recognize Yvette. She had a torrid love affair with my late husband. I hated her. I hated her so much it flames on the side of my reading. But I didn't kill her!
So in summation,
Finally,
it was Mrs. Peacock in the kitchen with the dagger. Colonel Mustard in the lounge with the wrench. Miss Scarlet in the library with the candlestick. Professor Plum in the hall with the revolver. Mrs. White in the ballroom with the rope. And Mr. Green in the billiard room with the lead pipe.
Wait a minute. There's no one thing I don't understand.
One thing.
Okay, now there's two things I don't understand.
Freeze! How about you?
Wadsworth?
How did you? You may call me Wadsworth if you like.
But that's your name, isn't it?
Ha! You thought it was body who was killed tonight, but that's impossible.
But he bled all over me.
But it wasn't body who was bleeding.
But if Body wasn't Body, then who was she?
She was Wadsworth, my butler.
You're Mr. Body?
I would like to thank you all for killing off my network of spies and informers. Chosen quite splendidly, by the way. And now, with the added benefit of our evening together, I have you on hook for murder.
Murder?
The police will be here any minute. We'll never get away with this.
But why should the police come?
Oh my God.
Of course.
What?
They were never on the way. Nobody's even called them.
Oh!
Idiot!
Oh.
Now, kids, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna stack the bodies in the cellar, lock the cellar door, and then you're gonna leave, one at a time, and forget that any of this ever happened.
But I can't forget all this.
Oh, I almost forgot the best part. Now with murder on the menu, the price of blackmail just tripled. Now move.
Wait a minute, we can all rush him. He doesn't have any more bullets left in the gun.
You think I'm gonna fall for that old trick?
It's not a trick. There's one shot at Mrs. Body in the study, 2 for the cat, 2 for the lounge door, and 1 for the singing telegram girl.
That's not 6.
Yeah-huh. That's 1 plus 2 plus 2 plus 1.
There's only one shot that got the cat. That's 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.
Even if you were right, that'd be 1 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1, not 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1.
Okay, fine. 1 plus... Shut up! The point is, there's 1 bullet left in this gun, and anyone who moves is gonna get it.
So you're just gonna keep blackmailing us and pretend it never happened? Is that your plan?
Of course. Why not?
Tell you why not.
Larry FBI! Mr. Green, FBI, that sniveling stooge. Did you see this coming? I know I didn't. Ushers, unlock the
We're
doors.
talking to the audience, Wadsworth. Or should I call you Mr. Body? The jig is up.
Really, FBI?
That's right. The real Mr. Green got a letter just like each of you. Only he came to the bureau to ask for help. I'm an agent out of the Hartford office who's apparently a dead ringer for Mr. Green. That takes place tonight, so we have a sting operation.
Some sting. 6 people died in your watch, not to mention the poor cat.
They had to use me because the real Mr. Body here knew what Mr. Green actually looked like. I usually work the property desk on property crime, theft, and the like. I've become a bit of an expert in the act of pickpocketing. That's why this envelope marked confidential ended up with me, and not any of you tonight.
You?
You have evidence?
It's all here. We had suspicions of what we might find. I'd imagine it'd be this rich. Let's take a look, shall we? Here's Miss Scarlett's accounting book with the names of her clients and dates of service. Here's one of TC's highest grossing madams, and giving her plenty of motivation as to why she killed the cop. It's listed right here on her payroll.
Give me that.
And a love letter addressed to Professor Plum.
That's private property.
It turns out that singing telegram girl was the daughter of the head of the U.S. Department of Social Behavioral Sciences. Looks like she was about to complete a daddy, who most certainly would have cleaned up Professor Plum. Guess that's why you killed her.
Now see here.
These negatives. My oh my, Colonel, you were quite the regular at Miss Scarlett's establishment, weren't you? Guess you wouldn't have been able to keep your important military title if your old driver, that poor motorist, had to stop by and inform the general where she took you every Tuesday night.
I just wanted somebody to talk to.
Oh, come on. That's a democratic way to put it.
I'm a Republican.
Miss Peacock, here's your Bible. Been a pretty easy stash cash for bribery, you know? Too bad your old girl couldn't keep her mouth shut. And if she had, you'd still be alive. She'd still be alive today.
God forgives all.
Miss White, you weren't lying. You really did hate that, didn't you?
Lay it on the side of
Here are
my...
your fingerprints collected at the crime scenes of your previous murders.
I never murdered my husband!
Fingerprints I'm sure the FBI will be able to match with the noose tied around Yvette's neck.
I wore gloves!
You mean these?
Damn it!
Last, but certainly not least, Mr. Bobby Body.
Hits Roberts.
Here I hold an FBI file on the whole Big Body family. Your brother Wadsworth had been feeding us information for months. You can see why you killed her. You shot Mister in the study. She cleverly played dead. Also a good actor, had us all convinced. But when we were rushing from the kitchen with the dead cook, you saw your sneaky butler trying to make her escape by the bathroom and bludgeoned her to death with the lead pipe. I dropped it on my way to the kitchen. That was convenience. And you propped her up for poor Miss Peacock to discover moments later.
You swine!
Been trying to track down your family for generations, but you've always eluded the law. Until tonight, I'm afraid the Body family business has reached a dead end. You leave my family. I hit. I built. I slayed. I dust. I'm food for words. Not dead. Close. Give me about 32 more seconds. Yes. Here we go. I'm gone.
He's dead.
Not yet! Now! I tell you, this has been one of the most exciting nights I've had in a while. And now, you're all under arrest! Boys, here's the criminals you've been looking for. And here's all the evidence against them. Oh, and there's some tapes in the building room you might find useful.
The tapes.
Okay, who done it?
Don't trust me. I'm a... No, she's kind of crazy.
It was Scarlett!
It was impossible. Believe me, please!
They all done it! And if you wonder who killed Mr. Body, I did. In the hall with the gun. Alright, you take me away. I'm gonna go home and sleep with my wife.